This lecture takes a deeper look at the properties of a parallelogram and using those properties to solve algebraic problems. So first of all, here's 5 major properties of a parallelogram. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, and we can see that here, 2/2/1/1/. And then we also have both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. So, parallel was the 2 arrow, 2 arrow, 1 arrow, 1 arrow. The opposite sides congruent, 2/2/1/1/. And then we've got both pairs of opposite angles congruent. So angle A and angle C are congruent, angle B and angle D are congruent. Consecutive interior angles are supplementary. So A plus B is 180, B plus C is 180, C and D 180, D and A 180. And the diagonals bisect each other. And so because the diagonals bisect each other, we know that this half diagonal is the same as this half diagonal, and this half diagonal is the same as this half diagonal. And so using all of these properties, we can come up with quite a bit. So we're just going to go through and do a lot of sample problems with that. All right, finding the value of x. Well, we know that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So if this is 15, that's 15, so x is 15. Over here, same idea. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, so these must be the same. So x minus 4 must equal 28, so x is 32. Same idea over here. Diagonals bisect each other, so 2x minus 4 is equal to 10. Not going to bother solving that. And then same idea over here. Diagonals bisect each other, so 3x minus 2 must equal 4x minus 10. So we'll just set some of these up and only solve a few of them. The idea is to use the properties to set up the equation. Okay, if this is x, we know this is also x, so therefore 2x must be 24. The entire thing was 24, and so x would be 12. Once again, diagonals bisect each other, so these must be the same. 6x minus 22 must be 4x minus 4, so 2x is 18, x is equal to 9. Over here, if this is 4, we know this is 4, so EG must equal 8. And then this must be 4x plus 3 as well, because these have to be the same length because the diagonals bisect each other. So 4x plus 3 times 2 is 35. You distribute and get 8x plus 6 is 35. So 8x is equal to 29. So x is 29 divided by 8. Okay. To make this a little bit smaller. Alright, so AE is 17. So this is 17 right here. BF is 18. And we have lots and lots of parallel lines in here. And BNXL is a parallelogram. So this darkened one is a parallelogram. We want to find BN. And so BN is going to be 18 plus 18 plus 18. Because these lines are all parallel and these are the same length. That's a key there. These are all the same distance, and so they cut this into the same distance as well. And so BN is 3 of those 18s, which would be 54. NX is going to be a 17 and a 17 because these are all going to be 17s. Shouldn't use 1/ because 1/ really denotes there, but they're all the same length is the idea. So 2 17s gives us 34. XL is, that's over here, that's opposite this one, so opposite 54, of course, is going to be 54. Okay, and for BL is over here, and so that's opposite NX, so that'll be 34 also, because opposite sides are congruent. Okay, now coming down to these problems. Make this a little bigger again. All right, these are consecutive angles, and so they're supplementary, which means this one will be 100 degrees because they've got to add to 180. This will be 140 degrees because opposite angles are congruent, and these will each be 40 because they're supplementary to their consecutive ones. Over here, opposite 110 has to be 110, consecutive to 110 has to be 70, and these are congruent again. Over here, this is a little bit more interesting. This will be 113 because it's got to be congruent here. This is 22, which makes this 22 because they're alternate interior. Because you know that you've got parallel lines and a transversal. Also, you could just add these up to 180 and add these two and subtract from 180 to get 22. And also, this is 45 for the same sort of reasoning. Over here, this would be 50, and then we do 50 and 115 is 165. Subtract from 180 and get 15 degrees, and then we know that's 115 because opposite angles are congruent. Angle 2 is going to be 105 because it's a linear pair with 75. Let's see. This will be 75 in here. It's vertical to this one. 50 and 75 is 125. If you subtract it from 180 for this one triangle here, 180 minus 125 is 55. And that makes this one 55 as well because these are alternate interior, that pair. And then over here, number 19, same idea. This will be 72. And then this will be 108 because that's a linear pair. Let's see. To get this angle down here, subtract these two from 180. So that's together they're 119. Subtract from 180, and you get 61, which makes this one 61 because those are alternate interior when you have two parallel lines in this transversal here. And then to get angle 4, let's see, this would be 40 degrees down here because those are alternate interior. Together that's 148, which makes this one 32. Number 20 is a pretty similar idea. Okay, we're trying to find the length of TI. TI is going to be 16 because opposite sides are congruent. Let's see, OR is 7/8 of IO. Okay, IO is going to be 40. And then 7/8 of 40 is 40 divided by 8 is 5 times 7 is 35, which makes this one 35 because opposite sides are congruent. TR is 14. ME is 31. Let's see, well, this is also 14, so TI is going to be 28. So the fact that ME is 31 doesn't really do anything for us if we just want to find out what TI is. And then still TI we want to get, which is right here. We know that GT is 8, and so that makes this 4 and this 4. So our answer is 4. We don't need that information for this problem.